When I was young, I was good looking, and so I got in trouble with women a lot.
Oh, with women?
Yeah, well, you know, and they get the law sometimes,
well,
right?
That's no problem.
Right, and then I got older and I got smarter and I started liking money more than women. And then I had other problems.
I had really more money than a person could reasonably be expected to spend, assuming you tried hard and worked at it 8 hours a day.
John McAfee may be a poster child for how the recession has docked the rich.
Tonight on Nightline, losing a fortune, an exclusive behind-the-scenes look as a man who was once one of America's wealthiest people puts everything up for sale to the highest bidder.
Entrepreneur John McAfee.
John McAfee.
Mr. McAfee.
John McAfee.
John McAfee.
John McAfee, a mathematician by training, knows about risk. In the late 80s, he developed the antivirus software that's probably on your computer. In the 90s, he pioneered instant messaging. In both cases, he grew bored and cashed out.
At one point, you're in the $100 million ballpark, and now you're
Less than 10.
Less than $10 million.
You bet.
Now McAfee plans to take his remaining handful of millions and head to Central America, where he started a new venture to develop natural medicines.
Where'd we find him? Well, where'd you expect? In the middle of the jungle.
So this entire thing is a swamp. This has been raised 8 feet from when I bought it. There was nothing but water here, which is why I have the problems with the crocodiles, because this has been their traditional hanging out area, and I've raised up a couple of acres, and now they want back in. There's a big-ass croc that hangs out down here somewhere. Come on, dogs, let's go. Okay, something was over here. I don't know what the fuck that was. Okay, did you see it just go down? I mean, it's a massive 14-footer. It's a big one.
A little bit.
Where did that hit?
I didn't see any splashes.
I didn't either. What the fuck is that if it's not a croc? See, it's swimming away now.
John, for the record, can you tell us the name?
John McAfee.
Tell us more about this project and how you go.
Yeah, we have a research laboratory on the New River. We've been studying the native plants along the banks of the New River and have identified a number of plants that have fairly remarkable antibiotic properties. And we've been extracting the molecules from these plants and creating a topical antibiotic, which we hope to market worldwide. And we go out, we find by talking to bush doctors plants that may have antibiotic properties. It's a brand new field, and we are retesting now things that have been tested for 100 years in a laboratory environment, but using a new approach for testing. When bacteria get into your system, they do not immediately start chewing on you or doing bad things. If you get a flesh-eating bacteria, they're not eating it. They're creating protease, which is dissolving it. And protease is released through the process of quorum sensing, meaning a single bacteria gets into your system, it would be insane for it to create protease. Why? Because it would signal that something is wrong. The white blood cells would go searching and going, what's causing this? Something bad happening. It would find the one bacteria. It would be toast. But it sits quietly while it multiplies, and suddenly there are 10 trillion of them. Now they can start eating you, because when the immune response is triggered, it's not just dispatching one, but trillions. So it's a real battle, and the bacteria have an opportunity to win. In the center, not reaching a quorum means that they are unable to hear one another. The color gene was not activated. So the substance that we were testing here clearly worked. It prevented a quorum from being detected, not reached, but detected, and the bacteria did not activate the gene. The same thing here. We don't care if the substance kills them. We don't care if it prevents them from replicating. All we care about is, does it deafen them? Does it make them unable to detect the presence of other bacteria? If so, it's a win for us.
What do you want to accomplish from this?
Well, I'd like to help people that are immune to many of the bacteria, like staph infections that our existing antibiotics no longer work for.
John, this is moving from one extreme to the next, from doing antivirus now going into...
Well, to me it's exactly the same thing. One is antivirus on computers and the other is antibacterial with people. Same business. Good to see you. How are you?
Good. Thank
Good.
you.
Is Mark here?
Yeah.
Good.
Upstairs.
It was largely, it was just in response to, there's got to be a better way than shooting them. Yeah, there has to be. There's got to be a better way. It makes no sense at all. These are a really cool cat, these guys. Cool. Yeah, very neat. Yeah, that's a jaguar. I don't know if you pick him up, but that's a jaguar looking out of the bush just up here. Yeah. He may or may not be dead. I'm not sure if he's one of the two.
Shot.
Yeah. As soon as we get to know where they are, we're going to put 2 cameras on where they pass, and as soon as we get 2 cameras, we can then feed the image of the cats into software that'll identify them. Cats in the period of a couple of weeks have gone from being a liability to being a plus.
A revenue source.
Oh, absolutely. It's certainly preferable to sitting on your ass and watch them get shot,
killed, sure.
simply because a shotgun shell is cheap. And perhaps we'll learn something out of this. If it doesn't work, we'll learn things that don't work, which will help us do a better job next time. But either way, we're gonna put our money where our mouth is and go out and do it. It'll be a shitload of fun.
No, I know it'll be fun. I want to be involved.
Very, very cool.
Our planes will be available, and we'll do whatever we can for you.
I think it'll be fun.
My friends.
You're out of here?
Thank you again, Brad.
No, mate, you take care. Have a good trip out.
The thing we really need to talk about is what are we going to do? Sergio's death left us shy a very important person in the lab and for sample collections. Allison's leaving would have been tolerable had she simply left, but unfortunately she left with everything that we own. Notes, samples, and what she didn't take she destroyed. We have to start over. So this is the situation. In order to start over, we have to have a new lab director. We have to get a chemist or a microbiologist that either has experience in quorum sensing or is willing to sit down and read a few books. We really do, in many ways, have a massive advantage in we're starting from nothing, but we can probably get back to where we were fairly quickly. So.
What are your feelings? Do you think that any of us should consider reaching out to Allison?
No, absolutely not. No good will come of it, I can promise you. So anyway, I'm anxious to see what his story is, and I'm thinking it's going to be that she didn't trash the lab, that I did, or Anna did, or Mardea did, more than likely me, and that when she left, it was in perfect order, and I went in and stole the chips and destroyed the samples, and for whatever reason. The story is, if you have sufficient money or power or influence or whatever it's perceived, or even if you don't have it but you are perceived to have it, then people change who they are merely to get a chance to have favor. Personal relationships, friends. You discover that making friends is really easy now. Okay? In fact, it's impossible not to make a friend if you'll merely talk to somebody. And then suddenly they are nice, accommodating. Suddenly everybody agrees with you. You know, like, man, this tastes like shit. Then everybody goes, yeah, this is awful. I never eat here. You know, well, there's nothing more annoying to me than, you know, having to talk to myself. You know, if I will hang with someone for 4 or 5 days and there's absolutely nothing that I say or do which is offensive to them, then get the fuck out of my life. I'm sorry, because that can't be real. I'm an offensive person. I have opinions that grate on nearly everyone. I live my life through other people. Life to me is relationship, and existence is relationship. I don't think people in total isolation can fulfill a human potential, because, you know, we are how we relate to the world. So I see me as merely the reflection of you, and Mardea, and these dogs, and the chair I'm sitting in, and the ideas that wander through my brain. It's as simple as that. And I don't care whether I talk to a prostitute or some quintillionaire that lives on the world. It's all the same to me. They are my fellow travelers on this planet. They each have a fucking unique story, and they each have a relationship with the world. And I'm just telling a story. And really, it's my story as told through the people around me, by my voice. That's it.